James the red engine had returned from his overhaul. He was steaming around Sodor with the express. Although James was fast, he couldn't pull the express all the time, so Henry or Edward took over. One day Henry was taking some trucks, but due to an accident Henry had to be taken to the works. One of the workmen spoke to the Fat Controller over the telephone. "It'll be a long job. Henry will be out of action for a while." "This puts us in quite a predicament." The Fat Controller spoke to his engines. "Due to an accident, Henry has been taken to the works. I've ordered 2 engines to come and help you all. Unfortunately, there are no steam engines available this time, so I've brought 2 diesels over to come and help you. Please try and get along with them and avoid any, disturbances." Percy was confused. What does he mean? He means that these diesels can be trouble. "Until the diesels arrive tomorrow, Thomas and Percy, I want you both to double up on the express one today. James, you will have to work goods trains all day. Donald and Douglas, you will also be working goods trains. Unfortunately, you will both be working separate trains today, I'm afraid. Duck, I would like you to run the shuttle services between Marin and the junction to connect with Emily's train. Emily, I want you to work down Thomas's branch line with your coaches. Toby, I would like you to help Bill, Ben and Mavis at the quarry today. And Edward, I would like you to help Salty at the docks today. Charlie, you will stay in the yards with Diesel. There is a lot to be done, and between you we can run this railway. Today will be busy, but remember to be really useful." The engines all whistled and agreed with the Fat Controller. James was not happy that he was working goods trains all day, but he knew that the Fat Controller was short on engines. The engines all departed Knapford for another day's work. James was departing Knapford with his goods train. He hated trucks. Edward and Salty were busy at the docks, biffing and bashing the trucks all around. And Thomas and Percy were working with the express. Toby arrived at the quarry. The twins were waiting for him. "Look, Bill, it's Fussbot Toby. Do you fancy a race, Toby? I'm sure you'll beat us." Toby was used to the twins. "Come along, you two, there's work to be done." The twins knew that Toby was right. "Yes, Toby. Right away, Toby." Toby was ready to take a train of stone to the harbour. The train was heavy, but Toby managed the work. The guard blew his whistle, and Toby set off. Toby arrived into the docks, and Thomas was waiting there. "The Fat Controller has asked me to ask you to go to Knapford right away, Toby." Toby was confused. I thought you were on the express, Thomas." "The Fat Controller will explain everything to you when you get there, Toby." Toby smiled at Thomas and puffed away to Knapford. Toby was confused. "I wonder what the Fat Controller wants me for." He arrived into Knapford where the Fat Controller was waiting for him. "Toby, I would like you to work with Percy on the express. Thomas is needed at the quarry as the loads will get heavy for you, so the express with Percy is just the right job." Toby was worried. "I've never hauled the express before, sir." "You'll be fine, Toby. I believe you can do it." Toby was worried, but he did as he was told. Toby backed onto the train and Percy was coupled onto the front of Toby. The guard blew the whistle and the two set off. Toby thought everything was going well. "This isn't as bad as I thought it would be," he said. but Percy wasn't feeling too good. The two arrived at Lathwaite to stop and let off passengers. Percy started gushing out steam in an alarming way. Toby saw what was going on. Are you alright, Percy? Oh, I feel like I'm about to explode. His driver examined him. Percy's pipes were blocked. He can't work the train until his firebox is cleared out. We need to get him to the works. Percy came off the train and was looped into the siding until an engine could take him to the works. The driver damped down his fire and let Percy cool down. He felt better, but he was worried for Toby. The Fat Controller was having dinner with his wife. The butler came in. Excuse me, sir. You're wanted on the telephone. I'm afraid it's an emergency. An emergency? Oh, of course. Hello? He's what? Oh, I see. And there isn't any spare engines? Well, Toby will have to do it on his own. It's the only way to keep the express going for that run. The station master returned to Toby. The Fat Controller has asked me if you could take the express on your own. You'll be fine. Toby was worried. But I'm only an old steam tram. I can't do this alone. Percy heard what Toby was saying. Believe in yourself, Toby. You can do this. You're a lot stronger than you look. Toby knew that Percy was right. I'll give it my best shot. The guard blew his whistle and Toby tried to pull away. The express was heavy and Toby is only a little engine. He didn't move an inch. Come on, Toby, more steam. Toby remembered that he had his sandbox. Toby tried a second attempt with his sander on full and he was gripping the line. He pulled away with the express. You can do it, Toby! Toby gradually got speed and was steaming along nicely. He arrived at the next station where Douglas was waiting for his signal to clear. Oh, hello, Toby. You're doing a fine job with the express. Toby smiled with happiness. Thank you, Douglas. It's hard work, but I can do this. The guard blew his whistle and Toby gripped the rails with his sand and steamed away. Douglas saw that Toby was using his sandbox to pull away, and he was worried. I only hope that Toby doesn't run out of sand. Toby was steaming along once more. Slowly and surely he gathered enough speed. I can do this! I can do this! Toby arrived at the final station before Knapford with a sigh of relief. Nearly done! Nearly done! Duck arrived with the local shuttle service. Hello, Toby! Right on time with the express! Well done! Toby was relieved that he was on time. One last effort. The guard blew his whistle and Toby tried to sand the rails. But he couldn't. He used all of his sand. Oh no! I've run out of sand! What will I do now? Duck saw that Toby had run out of sand and gave him some advice. Sometimes the trains can be really heavy, Toby. Instead of having your regulator on full, start small and gather speed. That's where you'll get yourself moving. Toby knew that Duck was right. He started slowly and after a couple of seconds the train started moving. I'm doing it! I'm doing it! Go for it, Toby! Slowly but surely Toby gathered speed. He was running late, but the passengers understood that he was trying his hardest. With one last final puff, Toby arrived into Knapford. He was exhausted, but he was proud of himself for completing the journey on his own. The Fat Controller came out to see him. Well done, Toby. You could have chosen not to take the train if it was too much, but you did it anyway. I am extremely proud of you. Toby was relieved. Oh, sir, thank you, sir. You will now go to the works for a rest and a new coat of paint. Off you go now, the works are waiting for you. But what about the express, sir? You haven't got any spare engines. You just leave that to me. Toby puffed away to the works with a big smile on his face. The Fat Controller remained on the platform. An engine was heard approaching. Welcome back, Gordon. You look as good as new. Oh, I feel as good as new, sir, and I'm ready to work. Excellent. The express is waiting. Quickly now. Gordon was delighted. Oh, I do like a good long run to stretch my wheels after my overhaul. The guard blew the whistle and Gordon trundled away. Toby was looped just outside of Knapford to let Gordon pass. Welcome back, Gordon! Gordon sounded his whistle and Toby rang his bell. At least I won't have to take the express again. Well, hopefully not. The signal shone green and Toby puffed away to the works.